this lesson, you will need a pair of scissors, a piece of paper, preferably a rectangular piece of paper that is big enough for you to cut into 4 equal strips, your pencil, eraser, a ruler, and maybe a book where you can write in. To prepare for the lesson, I would like you to take this piece of paper and fold it into 4 equal strips. And if this is the width, which is the shorter part of this rectangular piece of paper, I would like you to bring both widths towards each other. All right, first fold it into 2 equal parts. So fold it into a card. All right. Next, you're going to, again, now this time round, now that you have a smaller rectangle, you have lengths on these 2 sides. So you will fold the paper length to length. Next, open up the original piece of paper and you will see 3 fold lines. Use a pair of scissors and cut along the fold lines. And now you have 4 equal strips of papers that we can use as manipulatives. You have your 4 strips of paper in front of you. I'm going to use these 4 orange strips from my fraction tiles. So with your first strip of paper, I would like you to think about how you can form 2 equal parts. Go ahead and use either pencil to draw, to show 2 equal parts, all right? Or fold your paper to show 2 equal parts. Do you have something like this? All right, so this shows 2 equal parts, and you should know what these 2 fractions are. These 2 are halves, all right? When you have a whole and you cut them into 2 equal parts, you will have 2 halves. So I'm going to get you to imagine this line at the bottom of the 2 halves. And on a number line, we usually start with a 0. All right, 0 over here because we haven't started counting. We haven't started finding the distance between 2 things. All right, so if this is 0, from the point of 0 until this point over here, how much is this? How much is this, which is also covered by this fraction? Obviously, it is half. Okay, and then from here to here, we have another half. So when you have half and half, okay, if you put 2 halves together, you will also have a total of how much? 2 halves. And 2 halves look like this. If you remember at the start, okay, before I asked you to draw any lines or fold, it had 1 hole. Until now, it still has 1 hole because we haven't removed anything. So we can say that 2 halves are also equal to 1 whole. All right, let's look at another strip of paper. So I want you to take another strip of paper that you've cut up just now. Think of how you can form 4 equal parts. Do you have something like this? Did you draw 3 lines and those 3 lines help to show 4 equal parts? So we're going to form another number line again. All right, imagining this line at the bottom of your strip of paper is a number line, 0 will be over here. And if this is 0, we count from the start of this 1/4 until the end of this 1/4. We will have also 1/4. And then we have another 1/4. So from this 1/4 until the other end of the 1/4, we have a total of 2/4, right? So far, if you notice, there is a distance between every two numbers. From one number to the next, we call it an interval on a number line. So the interval between 0 and half is half. The interval between half and 2/2 is still half. All right. So the distance between two numbers is called an interval. So from 0 to 1/4, the interval is 1/4. Okay. From 1/4 to 2/4, the interval has a value of 1/4 as well. So here, from 2/4, and then we have another 1/4, we're going to have 3/4. And finally, we have 4/4. 4/4 can also be called what else can 4/4 be called? If 2/2 is also called 1. 4/4 can also be 1/2. That's right. Now I want you to pull out another strip of paper that you've cut. So we have a third strip of paper. So with this strip of paper, I would like you to think of how you can cut this into eighths. All right, eighths. That means 8 equal pieces. So go ahead and think of what you can draw, how many lines you need to draw, and how many lines you need to fold to get 8 equal parts. Do you have 8 equal parts like this? So now you try to draw the number line yourself this time. So place this strip of paper on your exercise book or your notebook and try to draw the number line like what we have done up here in these two examples. You should have written until the end here. Did you have 8 eighths? And again, what else can 8 eighths be called? We can also call 8 eighths as 1/2. Great job if you managed to complete this correctly yourself. If not, that's all right. Mistakes help us grow. So have a look at where you made a mistake and try to make sense of it. Now, I would like you to look at half. Take your scissors and cut along this line that you have folded or drawn. Okay, it must give you 2 equal parts. Okay, if you folded it right in the middle of your strip of paper, it should and you cut it, it should give you 2 equal parts. So go ahead and cut it. After you cut it, take this piece of half and bring it over this fraction. What fraction is this? This fraction is 2/4. Do you see that your half actually is the same size as 2/4? If it isn't, it could be because you have drawn your lines at a point where it will not cut your whole into equal parts. All right, so what can we say about half and 2/4 if half has the same size as 2/4? we can say that half is equal to 2/4. And then I want you to see how, and then I want you to see what happens if I move half and 2/4 down towards my 8. What happens now? What else is equal? Do you see that half is equals to 2/4 and half is also equal to 4/8? How interesting. It's equals to 4/8. So half is equal to 2/4. Half is also equal to 4/8. Can we also say that 2/4 is equals to 4/8? Yes, we can. All right, so that's why we have this equal sign over here to say 2/4 is equal to 4/8. We can also say that half is equal to 4/8, and it is perfectly fine to have half over here and 4/8 over here. We can write half is equals to 4/8. Half is equals to 2/4. 2/4 is equals to 4/8. So what are these fractions called? What are these? Let me change the color. So what are these fractions called? These fractions, as we realize, they are equal to each other. And if these fractions are equal to each other, because they occupy the same amount of space, they are of the same size. If you look at them like this, okay, it means they are equivalent fractions. Very cool. So these fractions, which are here, these fractions, they are called equivalent fractions. Are these the only equivalent fractions? Now I have two other wholes. I have a whole that's made out of sixths. I have another whole that's made of thirds. Can you see what fraction is equals to a third? We can say that 2/6 are equal to 1/3. What other fraction based on this can we say is equals to another fraction? We can also say that 2/3, you see here, 2/3 is equal to 4/6. Yep. And which other fraction do you see are equal? Definitely 3/3 and 6/6. Yep. There's also a way without using these fraction pieces to find equivalent fraction. So if we want to find equivalent fraction of 1/3, if you notice 1/3 is equal to 2/6. What pattern do you see between these numbers? How do you think we get from 1 to 2 and 3 to 6? Looking at the fraction pieces over here, do you think 1/3 can be cut into equal pieces of 6? Definitely. If we were to draw a line here and cut along this line, we will definitely have 1/6 here and 1/6 here, 2 sixes, right? So in other words, we are going to cut this third into 2 pieces by multiplying the numerator and the denominator by 2. When we write multiply by 2 in the numerator and also the denominator, we are saying that the third is being cut into 2 pieces. All right? So likewise for 2/3 to 4/6, what have we done? Because for 1/3 we have cut it into 2 smaller pieces of 6. All right? 2/3 will have 4/6 because you have 1/3 that has been cut into 2/6 and another 1/3 that has been cut into 2/6. So 2/6 and 2/6 will give you 4/6. And then if we have another third, that means there will be another 2/6. So altogether there will be 6/6. So let's first visualize half. If we have one whole, you cut it into 2 equal parts, and this is half. So we don't need this other half, all right? And we want to cut half into 6, remembering that it will still be equal to this, all right? So if this is a whole, okay, and this whole has 6 parts, 6 equal parts. Can you see how many 6 half is equal to? It's equal to 3/6. So what have we done to this half? We have actually cut half into 3 smaller pieces. Okay, so if we were to cut half into 3 smaller pieces, the other half over here will also have to be cut into 3 smaller pieces in order to find the equivalent. So to get from 2 to 6, we can take 2 times 3 equals to 6, and 1 times 3 equals to 3. We must multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number because when you cut your half, okay, your half is part of a whole. So if this is being cut into 3, the rest of your whole must also be cut into 3. So that we know out of the whole, which is made out of a certain number of parts, in this case made out of 6 equal parts, okay, we have half equals to 3/6. What if I have 2/3 equals to a fraction that has a denominator of 9? For half, we multiply by 3 for the denominator to get to 6. What do we have to multiply 3 by to get to 9? We will multiply by 3 to get 6/9. So this is how your 2/3 looks, okay? And then if we were to, so instead of me drawing another whole, we can just, as I told you, we can actually cut 2/3, okay? Each third into 3 smaller pieces so that we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nines.